Hi everyone, this is Seth, and I'm actually getting ready to go to my family's New Year's party, and I cannot wait. But tonight I'd actually like to speak about something which I feel very passionately about. Many of you whom I know who follow me, you know that I'm a very avid linguist, and my degree is in international studies. Blah 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 blah. And I don't have to go into great details about this, but one thing that really has pissed me off over the last week and a half, I have to report about this because I don't like um, how I feel about this. And so many of you might out there on the vlogosphere, you might notice that I'm changing my demeanor here. And I'm sick to my stomach about what I'm going to say. I'm all about equal rights and equality, and regardless of the sexes, regardless of anything, regardless of religion, creed, ethnicity, I need to speak about the tragic event which happened to a poor Indian woman at, at a mere 23 years old. She was raped, ravaged by six creepy Indian guys, thrown off a bus, left to die in the streets. Did they care? No, they didn't care. Why? Because they're selfish bastards. That's why. Now, many of you might think that I'm delusional about this and that this only happens in non-westernized countries. Bullshit. I have friends who have gone through this. So this kind of shit hits home to me more so than for most people. This resonates very strongly with me. And I'm very much appalled by these events. The fact that some woman is trying to do her best in this world with the resources which she has received, and six good for nothing pieces of shit have the nerve to rape her, beat her, defile her, throw her off a bus, and she suffers massive brain damage just because they felt like, hey, we're out joyriding, we're Indian men, we're we're above her. First of all, you're not above. If you're a woman out there and you feel like men are above you in any shape, size, fashion, or form, then don't feel this way. Because not all men feel this way. I certainly don't feel this way about any woman. Am I above a woman? No, I'm not. I'm not above a woman. And in fact, I know many women who are vastly more qualified than many of the men whom I know. And this kind of shit pisses me off, especially when this happens to people in less fortunate countries. You know, like India. I have many friends from India. I have friends from Pakistan, and a lot of them they just kind of let the men do what they fucking want to do, and they don't really have the moxie to say how they feel. I have friends from Azerbaijan. Oh well, look, I don't like this. I don't like how people. No, I don't like how women are unjustifiably treated. Just because you're a fucking man doesn't give you the right to violate anybody. Doesn't think that you should be you does not necessarily mean that you should feel like you're empowered. Just because you're a man, you should feel empowered. I'm a traditional male, and I believe in certain gender roles, but it doesn't. But that doesn't mean that if a woman wants to break the mold and do something better with her life, that I'm gonna be like, oh, you're a woman. Who are you to do what you want to do? That doesn't give any man the right to do the type of things that they do. Hence, why don't you ask the Taliban? They throw acid in the faces of young girls who want to better themselves. Just ask the motherfuckers from Turkey and ask these guys who are Azeri who say to the women that they can't do this, that you have to stay in the home, that you have to fulfill your destiny by staying in the house. I know many people like this because I used to date a girl from Azerbaijan. So I know how this is. I used to have very many intellectual conversations with Pakistani girls who felt the same way. But because they were a woman, they didn't they were scared to speak up or you would see what happens. You know, rape is something that people do to use as fear and intimidation. If you don't do this, I will rape you, and unfortunately, we've seen what happens. And unfortunately, you're not in some of these countries that are less fortunate because I do know people who have been raped and been victims of rape in the United States. So even here, we're not exempt from these type of things happening. But at least here, your voice will be heard. You're not of the silent minority. You're not of just, oh, well, you're a woman, so let me throw you off the bus after I've had my way with you. You know, I am a Christian, so therefore I do try to show compassion, and I do try to show empathy to people like who are less fortunate than I am. But I am lost for words that six men thinking that they're on a joyride of their lives, take a woman, beat her beyond belief, rape her, throw her to the streets, and have her pretty much die in the hospital. For what? For what reason was this? You know, so if you just so happen to be from Pakistan, I don't really care what any other westernized country says about this. I couldn't care less. If you're from Pakistan, if you're from India, the Middle East, if you're from Azerbaijan and places like this, Turkey, I would, if you're a woman, please feel free to tell me how you feel about this. And even if you're some guy out there who wants to take his anger out on me or vitriol on me, feel free. This is what I'm here for. I am voicing my opinions about these type of things, and I just feel like that these type of things have to change because I feel like if someone says to me, Seth, by the way, this event happened to me, what would you feel? How would you feel if this was your daughter and your sister or someone whom you truly loved? How would you react? So if you're out there and you have a beef with me or you really want to leave an intellectual comment on my vlog, then feel free to leave it. So I wish you all good night and a wonderful New Year's. Bye.